It's finally here, the Christmas launch that we've all been waiting for. I know it's weird in August, but it's, it's what it is. So excited to show you all of our new stuff. And this is the first time we've actually done a launch directly to Facebook and YouTube. So we're delighted to bring you this exclusively for you to see firsthand. And we've got loads of lovely things to show you. So let's start off over here. We have our gnomes. So we've got a set of two. You get the girl and the boy. So this is Gnome, and this one is Gnome. But of course you can rename them if you want to. And they come flat packed so that you can paint them and decorate them however you want, and they're really, really good fun to do. So a brilliant project to do for Christmas. Also, if you're making to sell, these will go down a treat. Of course, you can personalise them, put your child's or grandchild's name on them, or initial, or husband, in fact. So I think they're absolutely gorgeous, and I've had so much fun decorating them. So these are now prices. So you get two in a kit, and they're £15 Alfie.
£15.99.
£15.99.
And they're 15 inches tall.
So there you go, 15 inches tall, or about 33 centimetres.
38 centimetres.
38 centimetres, there we go. And width-wise, how wide are they? Just from the arms.
They're about that wide.
There you go, they're about that wide. But they're a nice tall size as well. So great on a mantle, great to hang your stockings underneath. So they're just gorgeous. I had so much fun with those. Now, to go with those, we also have stencils as well, brand new stencils. So I'll come towards you for this. So we have our snowflake. We also have, what's this one called, Alfie?
Spotty lines or something, I think. Spotty lines.
Spotty lines. I wanted something that I could actually do the beard with, so I'll show you the beard in a moment. And then we've got polka dots, which I love. So let me bring Gnome over, so you can see that his beard is made up of that lovely stencil, which is just gorgeous. And then he's got his polka dot coat on. And what I've done is I've actually put that lovely sparkle there. I've actually put some Slap It On sparkles, and that is a lovely blue colour.
We do have a deal on that.
Oh, there we go.
They're £6.99 each, or two for £12 on the Slap It On sparkle.
Oh, on the Slap It On sparkle, let me just show you the Slap It On sparkle. So these are the Slap It On sparkles. They're just absolutely delicious. 60ml in there. Really beautiful. And do we have a deal on the gnomes?
Two for £15.99.
Or with the stencils? We have one on the stencils, yeah, don't we? Which is...
is it £20 for the stencils?
£20, yeah. So you've got another saving there,
yeah,
which is great. And this is the Noreen. And I've painted her in matte paints. So I'm going to be doing a demonstration of the gnomes, hopefully today and one tomorrow. So that's the gnomes. Now let me show you our new stamps. So we have poinsettia.
Oh, we've got Laura watching us.
Oh, Laura, hi.
All the way from sunny Finland.
Sunny Finland, yeah. Is she still in the cottage? Is she in the
Yes.
cottage? Yeah, by the lake. So this is the poinsettia collage. Then we have, I had really fun drawing these. In fact, I think I drew them about 2 or 3 years ago. I found them in my sketchbook and thought it was about time they had an outing. So this is called Tall Santa. That's such an original name, isn't it? So he's lovely with a little gnome there, and you have a little saying at the bottom, sending you love this Christmas. And then we also have Ho Ho Ho, and he is just delicious, isn't he gorgeous? Sorry, I'm trying to keep still. I'm trying to keep still so that there we go.
Yeah.
That's called Ho Ho Ho. So I hope you've got your pens and pencils ready, and your paper to note down all of these lovely goodies. And Alfie will put all the links in the comments as we go through.
I could do that, couldn't I?
He could do that, yes. So I would recommend that you open another little box on your computer with our website, www.indigoblue.com, and then you can just pop things in your basket as we go. Now, I know one thing that is going to not last is our rice papers. So let me just show you this. This is a beautiful glass tray that I've put rice paper on. I'm going to be demonstrating this probably tomorrow. Oh, mind you, we might sell out of this quite quickly, so I might have to do this today. So we put the rice paper on the back using Slap It On glass and ceramic, and we are going to put the glass trays on the website at some point this weekend. So, and then you've got, now this is just a bean can, but look at that rice paper on there. It's beautiful, isn't it? I love that box. Isn't that gorgeous? Lovely candle in it. Sorry about the dogs. And then this is actually on rice paper on fabric. So I've actually just used a scrap of fabric and a nice hessian bag that I had lying around. But that looks lovely, doesn't it? So you could put it directly on fabric, the hessian bag, or whatever.
Talking with your back to the mic.
Oh, sorry. I'll try and...
Well, yeah, you can't.
Okay, so let's go through the rice papers. So this is number 57, and these are A4 sheets, and I love the fact that I've chosen ones where they have multiple images on so that you get a lot for your money. So, you know, you could cover a box, do a card, do some labels with these two here. So that is number 57, which is a really nice vintage image. Then we have number, let me just check that, that's number 60. That's beautiful, isn't it? Dashing through the snow. Then we have number 63. The colours on that are just gorgeous. So you get a lot for your money through those. Great on candles as well if you're making to sell. Oh, this is gorgeous. This is just winter, isn't it? All over. And these are beautiful images from the 1920s. So you've got lots here. You've got 1, 2, 3 birdie ones. And then you've got 2 of these and 2 of those. And those are just gorgeous. And this is number 73. Number 73. This one is already selling well. This is number 318. I love that one, 318. And then this one is what I did the candle with, and that is 322. Okay, so 322. So those are your lovely papers, your stencils, your stamps, and the gnomes. And we've got some beautiful, beautiful samples of work here. I've got to show you some of these. The girls have just done miracles with these. So this is actually Ella's favourite. She chose this one, and this is her all-time favourite out of all of them. I just think it's so happy and beautiful. So this is Leslie, by Leslie. We've got a beautiful Clean and Simple by Carolyn. I've even attempted a Clean and Simple myself. Wonders never cease. Now this by Sue, the work she's put into this is gorgeous. She's done Really beautiful shrink plastic for all of these. And I just think it's a work of art. It's absolutely stunning. And this is another one by Sue. Isn't that gorgeous? So I'm just going to bring over all of the girls' work here. So this is all by Leslie. Aren't those gorgeous? Just beautiful. And he's so lovely. He's so lovely. It's gorgeous. Your poinsettia. And then we have a party going on, Christmas party. Oh, I love this. Look at that. Isn't that just so simple, but absolutely beautiful? I do love the little Merry Christmas that he's saying. So these are all Leslie's. So thank you, girls, for all your hard work. I don't know where Kerry's are. They might have been caught in the postal strike, and I know that Lorna is going to do some Facebook Live for us tomorrow, so she's got all her samples as well, and Julia's got hers, of course. So these are Carolyn Lakin. Beautiful, beautiful work there. This is lovely. Look at that. So simple, isn't it? It's just the light bulbs coloured in. Really beautiful. So simple but gorgeous. And that's all three of them having a bit of a party there. This is a favourite of mine, actually. I just really think it's so simple but absolutely gorgeous. All those presents. Lovely. And then we've got lots of lovely layers going on there. And then we've got some watercolour. Absolutely stunning. So those are from our Carolyn Lakin. And then finally, I've got some more here from Sue. Look at that. Those are the Vivid sprays. Absolutely gorgeous. I love the fact that I'm not going to embarrass you, but look, oops, she put it on the wrong way around. But who cares, because that is just stunning. Absolutely stunning. Gorgeous. Lovely poinsettia. And she's used the die cuts from our Christmas edition of our magazine, which I really like. She's used the die cut from that one. Whoops, that one as well, from last year. So utilising stash that she's already got. Beautiful, beautiful colours. Just so simple, but absolutely gorgeous. Look how she's multiple colours stamped that. That's beautiful. And Ella said Stranger Things that.
No, somebody else commented on that.
Oh, did they? Stranger Things. Yeah, absolutely. And we just put that over the top just to protect this buckle, but she's actually reused a little buckle here. It's just gorgeous, beautiful. And I don't know if you can see the embossing at the top there. Lovely. So those are some of the beautiful samples that are wonderful DT of me. Thank you so much, girls. So I'll just pop those back on here. And if you've got any questions, I'd really like you to comment. Alfie will tell me any questions or relating to these or others. Just let me know, and I will endeavour to answer them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my apron on. I'm going to take my hat off because it's in the way, and so I'm going to demonstrate. First of all, we're going to do some stamping, then I'm going to do the glass dish, then maybe a box, and hopefully Gnome as well. So loads of demonstrations going on. I should sit down, then you can see me. So just ask questions. Alfie will be doing the comments, and yeah, get things in your baskets because I think it's going to be a busy weekend.
Yeah, we've already had people buying stuff, which is great.
Thank you very much. That's excellent.
So we move to overhead.
Yes, please.
There we go.
Lovely. So what I'm going to be using on this is the Ho 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 stamps. I've got that lovely stencil, the squiggly lines, the new one. Spotty lines, there we go. Spotty lines. I'm using super smooth card. I'm also using craft card as well. Slap it on sparkles. Look at these. just so gorgeous. And I'm using Distress Oxide because I want to show you that you don't always have to colour him in and spend ages colouring him in. Okay, let's get cracking. So let me just pop him to one side. There we go. And then I just need a scrap of paper underneath here, just in case. So what I've done is I've cut a piece of craft card the same size of my stencil. So these stencils, Alfie, are they 6 inches?
Yeah.
Yeah, 6 inches. 6 by 6 inches. Okay. And I'm just going to layer this, stick this down with some stencil tape. I do recommend stencil tape rather than masking tape. One, it's usually cheaper, well ours certainly is, and it doesn't ruin your card by pulling on it. Having said that, this doesn't feel like our stencil tape. It might be an old one I've got. See, that's my stencil tape. I can tell by the colour. Right, so Slapperton Sparkles. This is Gold State Coach. Look at that. It just holds its shape beautifully, and the amount of sparkle in it is just absolutely wonderful. So I'm using a palette knife. I put it on the back of the palette knife, and then it's like buttering toast. I sort of put it at a 45-degree angle and then do long sweeping motions, as it were. Just get those bits and put those all back in. That's lovely. Just wipe my... And then just take off your stencil tape just on the 3 sides.
So Caroline says, do you ever use stencil spray?
I've never used stencil spray actually.
Like
No.
to stick your thing down. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I haven't used it actually. I didn't know there was such a thing. And then you just lift up from the bottom. You leave the top piece on and then you just lift up from the bottom. Yeah, I mean, it sounds like a great idea actually, but I've never personally used it. Look at that. Is that just delicious? I just really love that. I love the gold on the craft card. I think it looks fantastic. So before I do anything, let me just quickly wipe this down. Now, for some reason, I can't find my rags. I did wash them, put them in a bag, dried them, put them in a bag, and obviously put them away nice and neat. And now I can't remember where I put them. Is that typical of me? Yes, it is. So forgive me for using paper towel today. Right, so let's leave that somewhere safe to dry. Okie doke. How long does it take to dry? It takes as long as it takes, really. It's quite warm today, but this does take quite a long time.
Question yourself.
I did.
That's good.
But the interesting thing is that once it's actually dry, it's non-shed at all. It just doesn't come off, which is the thing that I hate about glitter. I don't like the feel of it, but this, it's non-shed. It's absolutely brilliant. So I'm using my new Thin Lizzies today, which are just fabulous. I know the Slim Jims are superb, but these are even better. They're even slightly thinner, and Alfie's put this curve in for me so that it's easier for me to hold them.
I didn't really do that.
Did you not? Who did that? Did Mike do that?
I did that.
You did do it?
Mike did it.
Mike did it. Mike's fabulous. So, and Ian, who also helps with stuff for us, is actually doing a steampunk show today. So that if you live in the Lincolnshire area, go into Lincoln city.
After our shows.
After our shows, of course, not while we're on air. Wait until Julia's done her show. And yeah, there's a fabulous steampunk show. It's the biggest in Europe. So here he is in this colour, which is walnut stain, Distress Oxide. We don't actually sell Distress Oxides, but you can, you know, lots of people have got these. So if you don't want to be doing colouring in, this is an old technique that just works so well. I'm just going to use a water brush without dropping it all over my image. A water brush just to put a little bit of a shadow behind him, because there are people who don't like colouring in, so this is a great way of not having to do that. And why am I putting a shadow on it? It adds depth to the image, but also when you've cut it out, it looks really, really good.
Jennifer says, beautiful items, order sent in, rude not to.
Oh, thank you, Jennifer. That's lovely. That's excellent. So now you can just sit back, relax and enjoy all the demos. So that's the lovely thing about this, that I can just demo to my heart's content. So you'll see that I'm obviously doing all the areas apart from the white bits. So like his moustache and beard. So then that actually now looks as if I've painted those areas white, which is so cool. And then I've actually cut him out. So you can see when it dries, it looks like I've painted it white. It looks so cool, doesn't it? So now I'm going to do one of the presents as well. So the tall present. These are just so really, really lovely images. Thrilled to bits with these. So I'm just going to do exactly the same with water everywhere with the present. So I'm going to go around the outside. So when you cut it out, you don't actually get a white edge to this. Literally, that's it. That's all you need to do. And then you can cut it out and it's all ready to go. So let me just put that away. Now, before I go anywhere else, I just need to do some words as well. So I'm going to take the words off Tall Santa. I'm going to use Sending You Love This Christmas. And I'm going to use the same colour. And I'm going to do it up there. Just pop that back on there. He goes back on here. There we are. Wow, I'm even trying to be tidy today. That's so unusual.
Won't last.
You're right, it won't last. So with this one, I want to just, now, as Alfie knows, I can't cut straight, but I'm going to attempt it. Discovered that if I close one eye, it helps. Not really, but I have got one already cut out, just in case. And what I did with this is I actually took bone folder, put it against a ruler like this, and then just pressed in, and it gives you a lovely sort of embossed line. Oops. Which is really nice. So just thought I'd show you that. Nice little tip. Now I have to just find my present. So this little love is dry, so we're going to put that to one side. It's not really, I did it last night. So I sewed around the edge just to give it some extra texture, and then what I did was I've taken this and gone around the edges, but I've actually used fallen leaves. Fallen leaves is a lot darker, so sorry about this, but I must just try and find, there we go. So yeah, I've just gone around the edges with this, with fallen leaves, and that's the Fine Claire. It's so beautifully organised, and then I can't find my little present. I might have to do that again. So I'm just going to use Ho Ho Ho. I'm looking for a little cutout
one of those
present. Yeah. Just have a look. Oh, there it is. It's just fallen off.
Okay.
Excellent. So with this piece, I've actually made it so that it's just a little bit bigger than this, and this is such a simple stamp, and it's really easy to line up. So if you just start it in different areas, it will work, and it doesn't matter if it's slightly higgledy-piggledy, and you can just fill it up.
So Caroline was wondering why you use VersaFine for the edge rather than Distress Oxide.
The colour, purely the colour. I really like the darker colour of the VersaFine Claire Fallen Leaves, and there's no reason why you can't actually mix them up at all. There we go. So I've actually got one here that's already dry. Let me just clean that up, because I know what I'm like. There we go. So I've just used the same sponge, but can you see how that's much darker and not as warm as the walnut stain? And I wanted it to be really quite dark without using black, just so that it gives it that lovely vintage vibe.
Melissa's watching.
Hi Melissa.
3:30 a.m. in Tennessee.
Oh, hello from Tennessee. Thank you so very much for tuning in to us. That's brilliant. Thank you. So let me just pop him back, and then I'm going to use another word stamp. Now this one I designed so that you can use it many different ways, and it's great as a background stamp. So let me just get a bigger thin lizard. There we go. So with this one, this is going to be my background here, like so. And I'm going to put some scraps of paper and fabric and stuff like that on here, but I need it to fill this area a little bit more.
Gally watching in Australia.
Oh, hello. Thank you for watching in Australia. That's brilliant. This is what I love about Facebook Live and YouTube. It's really connected people, especially in the last couple of years, and it's just brilliant that you know, you can suddenly find yourself talking to someone from the other side of the world, and I think it's just brilliant. So I'm going back to the Distress Oxide. Why is that? Just because I like the colour on here and the fact that it's really quite pale, as it were. And again, all I'm doing is I'm just moving the stamp around.
Rebecca says hello from Newark, not US.
That's brilliant.
Because she's watching us live.
Yeah.
Could just come down and sit in the garden.
Yeah, that's right. Because you're just down the road, about 20 minutes down the road. Fantastic. So then that fills up that area for me, which is what I want. Let me just pop these back. I've got to be organised today because I've got so many demos going on. And then I'm going back to the Versafine Claire Fallen Leaves to just do these edges, okay, which I've actually already done for you. And I've put on some scraps here. So my thinking was that I started off by doing this, and I thought he'd look really cute on that, but I wanted also a little bit more texture to it, so I did this and then thought I need a background, and that is why I've actually stamped this in the background here. And also I've left that edge without stamping just so that it contrasts with this side. And then I've put these scraps on. I've actually used just a bit of scrap of rice paper that I'm using, bits of paper and all sorts. And I actually, by chance, found this when I was working on something else, and I've kept it for this weekend. So I think those are going to go like this. I'm actually going to stick those down now using my fabulous grab and go. So this is a brilliant wet glue, and I wanted a really good strong glue for all my MDF work, but I wanted it to grab nice and quick because I didn't want to stand there for half an hour holding the MDF together.
Julia's liking this project.
Oh, thanks, Julia. Is that our Julia?
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Julia. So Julia's going to be on later on this morning. At what time, Alfie? 11 a.m. Yay! So can't wait to see that because her project is absolutely gorgeous. But of course, because it's Julia, and she does amazing work.
And
So
Dee says don't use anything else now.
Don't use anything else.
You used far too much stuff.
I know. Hey, listen, I've even got a clean and simple project for you. You just won't believe it. Me? Clean and simple? You're kidding. So yeah, he's going on here. And then finally, you just need to hold it down for maybe 3 or 4 seconds. And then Parcel is going on a little bit of foam tape. Oh, before I do that, let's get which one is it? It's this one. Let's get this one down at the same time. So this is just your sending you love. I think it's going to go about there, and then that will go about there. Okay, ta-da! And then this is one of my lovely fairy light bulbs that I dip into resin, into my resin. It's quite a signature for me. And there we have it. Look,
Ripple
you're
of
right.
applause.
Ripple of applause. Thanks, Alfie. So let me just tidy those away. And do you want to just put the other camera on so I can do a close-up, please, darling? Thank you. Let me just wait for that to...
That's good.
There we go. And you can see that lovely gold shimmering. That's beautiful, isn't it? I'm really pleased with that. Yeah, it works really nicely. Okay, so next, let me just tidy up this while you look at that background. Alfie, have you got anything that you want to add? Anything selling out? Anything that they need to put in the baskets?
No, all's good.
All's good.
All's
Excellent.
Good in the world. Oh, that's handy.
Oh, so sorry. I just killed the camera.
Good recovery though.
It is good. Okay, yeah, I said I was going to do the glass dish next because we are going to probably sell out of this. So I've also got this one whereby I've actually used coasters, so you haven't finished the backs off.
We'll go back to the overhead now then,
yeah. So this is...
Just bring them down a little bit.
Yeah, I'm going to. There we go. So lovely. So these are just pieces of MDF that, in fact, the wood actually that I had in the cupboard, but MDF for old coasters that I've just painted, and then I've actually just put the lovely paper over the top. And I will actually cover the back with a bit of felt or a bit of material just so it's nice and soft on the back. And these will be lovely coasters for Christmas Day, which I think would be really nice. This is a great make to sell, a really great one, because, you know, a set of 6 wrapped up in ribbon on a craft store, that's going to do absolutely brilliant, because these are only £2.50 each. And then you just need your slap it on mat to go with it, and away you go for that. So let me just get...
Louise has asked, will they be waterproof?
Yes, they are. Yeah, they're waterproof. Once you've used your slap it on mat on these, they are indeed waterproof. Right, so I'll actually show you this now very, very quickly before I go on to the glass dish. Could you get me a glass dish out of the box underneath the tinsel, please, Alfie? So the way I did this was these only just fit 6 on an A4 sheet, and these measure 10 centimetres square. So if I was like cutting them myself, like out of grey board or something, I would cut them ever so slightly shorter, maybe 9.5, and it gives me a bit more wriggle room.
Wriggle room.
Yeah, wiggle room. Wiggle room. Okay, so if you haven't done this before, it's really easy. You just get a brush, wet it, and you take it down the edge that you want to tear off, because you want to get rid of these white edges here. Okay, and then all you do is just pull away. If you're a bit nervous about getting a straight-ish line, just use a ruler and just pull away the wet rice paper. So this rice paper we've actually used an Italian firm. They're absolutely superb. They have been going many years, and I personally think they produce the best rice paper. The quality of the paper is superb, but not only that, it's the quality of the printing as well. They just get that absolutely right. Obviously they are fast, as in they won't fade, that they're waterproof, so obviously when you're using your slap it on mediums like this, they're going to stay where they are. The colours are superb. I just think they're really good, and it's worth paying an extra few pennies to get something superb. So then what did I do? I just put these over the top like so, and I marked that off with a pen that's working. There we go.
Another one.
Yeah. How weird is that? Oh, thank you. I've got a pencil actually. There we go.
It's a bit more creative, isn't it?
Okay, so then I just fold that over, and then on the fold line again I get a damp brush and just run that along that edge and just pull that apart, and then obviously fold that over run that down. Excellent, there we go. And then we do that with all of these as well, so that you end up with 6. So what I've already done is I've actually used our gesso, Gesso Good white gesso. This is a sample pot, but the pots that you buy are really big, but you can see that mine is a little worse for wear. That's 120 ml, and it's really superb quality gesso. You get what you pay for, and that is just absolutely gorgeous. I just need to check that there isn't a cap on that. No, that's good. So slap it on mat. It's an acrylic medium, and why do I like this? Because it has a great flow rate, which means that when it dries, you don't see any of the lines of the brush at all. I had a wonderful lady contact me who makes these with people for a charity, and she was saying how she used a very popular make, and they were still sticky. I don't know why, but then she covered them with our matte medium, our slap it on matte, and they are absolutely superb, and they are heat proof as well because it acts as a varnish. So it's as simple as that. So what did I do? I just used my slap it on matte, put a dollop on the surface like so. Now if you're using a bigger piece, a little tip for you, actually put some on the back of the rice paper as well. Why? Because that gives you a little bit of wiggle room so that you can actually Why? What's wrong with that?
No, it's fine.
It's
correct.
It is correct. It's a bit of a wiggle. And then put it on the surface as well, and you can see that I'm just curving round the edges.
Louise says, if you use tiles, would you still use matte?
I would use ceramic and glass, because it's a completely different component, that's the wrong word, makeup to it. And I mean, I would try it. If you've only got the matte and you are just using them as coasters, maybe you might be able to get away with it. But I personally would recommend the glass and porcelain one, which is here. Just there we go. This is, sorry about that, this is an old label, but it's the glass and ceramic, so I would use that one. So these, all you have to do is just leave those to dry, and if you wanted, you can put another coat on, just to make sure that you've got every last little bit. And then you want to just cover the back with some felt. Doesn't have to be proper wool felt, just acrylic felt will do, or scraps of fabric, just to make it softer, so that when it's on the table it doesn't it's not hard or anything, and it makes it look really attractive. So those are really superb, and really pleased with those. So I'll show you how to do the ceramic, the glass tray, because as I say, that one is going to probably sell out fairly quickly. How are we doing on these? Have we still got stock of this one?
Yeah.
Yeah. Excellent. And let me just put these away to dry somewhere. Right, so glass and ceramic. So this is slightly shaped, but it's not too bad. It's just ever so slightly shaped here, so it's quite easy to do. So what I'm going to do is...
I think there's 4 left.
Oh no, really? Is that all? Okay, so you need to get those in your basket if you want those, because there's only literally a handful left. So what I've done is I've just put it face down, so this is the back, and you just need to make sure it's all nice and clean as well. So I use some of my Easy Peasy just to make sure that there's no stray dog hairs anywhere, but just give it a wipe with a clean cloth. There we go. All right, so this is, as I say, this is the back, and we're going to use this one, which is gorgeous. So I used this corner here. This, by the way, is number 318. How many of 318 have we got left?
Loads. 22.
There's only 22 left. Yeah. So again, you're going to have to move quickly if you want that. So the first thing I'm going to do is just take off that edge there. So what I'm going to do with this one is I'm going to cut it with a pair of scissors, because I want a nice straight edge on the edge of the glass tray. So this is going to look fantastic with sweets in it, or you could stand a candle on it. It'd look nice in the centre of your table, with little bonbons in, or little bits of crackers, or, you know, little nuts and things like that. So I'm just going to finish this off here. Sorry. And just do this. So the technique with this, I'm not going to actually cut it to size, because you do actually have a slight curve in it. So I'll show you what I mean.
319 is sold out.
319 is sold out. So is that this one? I think I've just thrown the edging away. Let me just have a look. No, 318. So this one, we've still got a few left. It's the other one that is sold out. It's this one that has sold out. Yeah. The one for the yeah. So that one's gone, and we can't get any more in because the Italians actually go on holiday in August. I mean, like, the country closes down. So this is going to go on here, but obviously it's going to go face down. Now, because the slope is quite shallow, it's really easy to put on. So this is the back, and this is the glass and ceramic. So I'm just going to bring this down here, and I'm going to put some of the Slap-it-on glass ceramic on here. Let me just clean my brush, because I had matte medium on that. I'll just give that a really good clean and dry that off. How big is this tray, I ask myself. So this is about 10¼ inches, or 26, just over 26 centimetres by 13 centimetres, or 5 inches. So this will be on the website at some point during the weekend, when Alfie gets a chance to do it. So just put plenty on, and then which side do I want? I want the side that has got Merry Christmas on it. So I'm going to start putting plenty of Slap-a-tongue glass and ceramic on this.
You want to be painting the image side?
No.
Okay.
Yes. Yes, I do want to be painting the image side. Thanks, Alfie. So, as I say, I'm going to use that Merry Christmas in the corner, and so when it's wet, rice paper is very delicate, so you've just got to be quite careful with it, that you don't tear it. But the great thing is it's really forgiving, because if you do put a tear in it, it's really, really easy just to stick it together. So we have the right side of the rice paper going face down onto the glass, back of the glass tray. And I'm starting off by putting the Merry Christmas in that corner. Sorry, I've got to just stand up, and my head might get in the way of the camera. Well, I just slide this into position. There we go. Let me just move that up so you can see. And then I've got plenty of slap-a-tongue on here, and then just gently put more on the back of your rice paper.
So Diane's just asked, are the coasters and glass tray on the website? I can't find them.
The glass tray is not on the website. The coasters are what I had in my stash. I don't think we have any left. There we go. So you can see that I've left the excess on just in case I had to stretch it a little bit, and I've put plenty of slap-a-tongue glass and ceramic. So how does this work then? Can you wash it? So what you do is, when this is dry, I actually put another coat on. It doesn't say you have to, but I always like to make sure that I have actually got every last little bit, that I haven't left any of the edges or anything like that. So when it's dry, I take off the edge, the waste paper. Okay, I then tidy up the edges, and I put another coat of this on. And then when that's dry, which take between 10 minutes and half an hour, you actually then can put it in the oven at just a cool oven, 130 to 160 degrees, for about half an hour. So 140 degrees if it's fan assisted, or 160 if it's a normal non-fan assisted oven, for 30 minutes, and that will then fuse it to the glass. So then you can gently hand wash it afterwards. So let me just put that in the water. So what I did was, when it's dry, I actually cut away this edge. Now it might not work if I'm doing it wet. Yeah, no, it's not going to work. So wait until it's dry and then cut that edge just with a pair of scissors. And if you're like me and I made a little bit of a pig's ear of it, you just need to get a nail file just to gently rub against the edge to take off any excess bits of rice paper along here, and then that'll give you a nice neat finish. Okay, I'm not going to turn it over because can I manage that? There we go. I'll just go and get the dry one. I'll leave that to dry while I just put this somewhere. Just bear with. I'm coming. Okay, can't see the screen, Alfie. Can you just, there we go. Isn't that lovely? So it's obviously on the back, and it's just gorgeous, isn't it? It's just so simple. And those you can sell for a really good amount of money, again, on your craft stall. Or I'd be really delighted to get something like this, actually, for a present. And I have to say, the idea came from my lovely DT, because some of the girls have actually done this on glass plates and normal plates as well. So think of cheap ceramics that you can buy and then convert with your rice papers.
Carol's asked, can you fuse it in the microwave instead of the oven?
No, it has to be convection. It has to be heat that fuses it, that cures it, I should say, rather than fuses it. No, it can't be in the microwave, sorry.
And would you put any paint or anything on the back?
You could, if you wanted to. If you wanted it to be opaque, you can actually put some white gesso on, or a colour.
You're a bit close to the mic.
Sorry. But I like the opaqueness of it. Sorry, the see-through aspect of it. So obviously, you know, depending on what it's on. But yes, you can definitely paint it as well. I would put the paint on the back, obviously, and then you've still got the glass here. And then you can just wipe this clean really nice and easily. But I think that's just absolutely gorgeous. But as I say, we don't have many of these, so if you want them, hurry up and get those in your basket. Your rice papers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought you meant the glass dish, because that's not available yet.
Not yet, no, Alfie's working on it. So that's your lovely glass dish. I'll just put that back. Okie doke. So I thought I'd show you what you can do with just one sheet. So let me just bring in this one. I love this. Let me just put that back. And let me just take a mouthful of water. So I got these designs because you've got 4-in-1 here, so you're getting plenty of images for your money. And I always keep old boxes. I know, what am I like? Because I always think, oh, I could do something with that. Now I've put the walnut stain on here and I don't like it. I'm just going to go back in with my VersaFine Clair Fallen Leaves and let's just make that a little bit darker. There we go. So all I've done is I've just used a bit of gesso on the top here, just to blot out the brand name of what was in the box originally. But they make these beautiful boxes and I can't bear to throw them away. And they make lovely places to put your little journals or a bit of jewellery. So I just think they work so well to recycle them. So, and I've got a cupboard full. So it's great, I can always go to those. So what I've done is I've split these up into 4 pieces. So I've actually used a sharp edge. So I've not used the wet technique of using a wet brush at all. Okay, so there we go. So I thought I would use one as a card. So you get a matching set. And it was Julia that said, oh, you could do a box and a card and tags and everything with those. So I thought I'd show you. So this is just super simple, isn't it? So I'm going to go back to my Slap It On mat. And again, I'm just going to get a scrap of paper underneath. There we go. So I'm going to, this is just a bit of craft card. So I'm just going to use the Slap It On mat on this. We do have a gloss one as well, which is more, it's not a high gloss, it's a soft gloss, I would say. Let me just put the excess to one side. There we go. And then cover the back of your rice paper. And then, as I say, I always cover both edges because it gives me a little bit of wiggle room. There we go. And because this is on craft card, and then put some over the front as well, just to make sure that it's all nicely stuck down. And because it's on craft card, obviously that buff colour is going to shine through, so it's going to make it look even more vintage. If I put it on white, like here, you'll see in a minute that that's going to have a completely different look. So if I do this one now, which is the opening, that's right, so it's going here. So let me just get some of this out. Again, just pop. You see, the lovely thing about this rice paper is it's really, really quick to make something really quite lovely. And it's just so easy. That's what I love about it. There we go. And again, some over the top there. Excellent. I think I might come in with a little bit more of that. There we go. So we have a lovely gift box, recycled, a nice card, and then I've still got 2 more pieces. So what am I going to do with this? Let me just remove that scrap. These are all recycled papers from our printer. So shipping labels, or tags as we like to call them. So the lovely thing about this is that you can actually utilize so much of these pages. So I like to just get a rough edge like this. Just tear those off.
Dee says, did you say you were going to sell the glass dish? Yeah, I'm literally just trying to add it now.
Right, so I've got that edge. Now I'm going to, if I put it at the top there, it's actually going to cut those birds off, and I really quite like that. So I'm going to come down a little bit here and pop it on there. Because it's a tiny piece, I don't need the wiggle room really. I can just pop that straight on there, she says. There we go. And then when that's dry, I will actually just cut those off. And then this can go at the bottom here. There we go. And then it's just a case of either writing something on there or just putting a little stamp on. I think we'll go. We'll put these 2 together, and then we'll use some of the diversify. I hope this is the right way around. Thank goodness it is. That's one of my challenges, making sure that it's the right way around. So that has come off the ho ho ho. This is here, Happy Christmas from all of us, which I think is really, really nice. And then you can just finish off with a little bit of inking around the edges. Cut off those bits there. I'll just tuck them round, and a little bit of string, and then you've got lots of lovely tags. To play with, which is so nice. Let me just pop this back in my tub here. And that's just so quick to do. It really is. And of course we've got another one here which could go in the centre of a tag, or another little card, whichever. So you've got a whole range of all matching stuff, and it's done in no time at all. So I really like that. So there you have those. Okay, that was a quick one, wasn't it? Any updates, Alfie?
No, I'm just trying to add the glass dish. I'll let you know.
Okay.
Carol's asked, could you demo the fabric tag, please?
The fabric tag? Yes, I can. Okay, so let me just... Can you just give me a moment to get a piece of fabric? Okay, just bear with me.
Just talk amongst yourselves.
Yeah, keep them entertained, Alfie.
Yeah. Santa's here.
What you like. Right, I'm just having a look in my cupboard to see whether I've got some scraps of fabric, and I've just found a piece here. Okay, there we go. Righty-ho, I'm back. So let's remove these. I'm running out of drying space. Those are dry already. Okay. So any comments, Alfie? Everyone happy? Everyone out there?
Happy, yeah.
Jolly good. Right, so with that tag, I actually use this really lovely paper here.
Yeah, Lorna reckons I'm actually in an elf costume and I'm just not telling them.
He is actually. He likes a bit of dress up, don't you, darling?
Yeah, just don't tell everybody.
So I've got a scrap of fabric here. It doesn't matter whether it's man-made fibres or whether it's natural cotton linen or anything like that. So don't worry about that.
Mike says, are you wearing pixie boots?
He definitely is wearing pixie boots. Am I getting you in trouble now, Alfie? Go and jingle your bells for us. They're on his head, if you're wondering. They're attached to his hat. Just want to make that crystal clear for you. I can hear your tummy from here, Alfie.
No, sorry.
He has had breakfast, I assure you. It has been fed. Okay, so scraps of fabric. Let me just bring this over for you. So in fact, I'll just take it off because I've just attached it with a little safety pin. There we go. So what I've done is I've actually taken this section of this piece, which is number 57, this piece of rice paper here. So I just thought he looked really perfect size for this, but there's no reason why I can't do this one here, which is lovely. So how wide is this? So let's come in a little bit more, about there. That's good. So when I'm sort of doing something where I need it to be accurate-ish, I just put a ruler down, like so. Use my wet brush again to map out where I want it to be, and then again just use my ruler just to pull this piece out. Hold the ruler down, and because it's all wet now, it just pulls apart really nicely. There we go. He's so sweet, isn't he? And again, I love the fact that you get so much on a page, because I could have got just one big image on that, but I wanted lots of images so he could have a good play with them. Okay, so just to make a tag shape, I just want to grab my scissors and just do a little bit of a cut a corner off here, and then you flip that over onto the other side so that you can mirror the same.
Okay, glass dishes are now available but are very limited stock.
we can get more.
We can get more.
Yeah. How much are they?
They're $5.99.
$5.99. And they're a nice big size as well. I would love to get one of those for a present. Right, so then you've just ruffled the edges a little bit.
I know what I'm getting you for Christmas now.
What? A glass dish? Cannot. Actually, do you know what I did? The other night, I got an email from this jewellers that I like in Harrogate. They had the sale on. So you've bought me my Christmas present. So when it arrives, I'll give it you and you can give it me at Christmas.
Okay.
And by the time Christmas arrives, I will have forgotten that I bought it. And I'll be really surprised.
Good.
When you get to our age, that's what you have to do, isn't it? You have to buy your own Christmas presents and then give them to your partner to give them to you. Or if you're Alfie, just goes out and buys it anyway and doesn't tell you and then starts playing with it before Christmas. I was really upset, wasn't I, last year? What did you buy last year for yourself just before Christmas? And I was like, oh, that was it. It was the FIFA game, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That was
the
it.
year before, I think.
Oh, that was the year before. Yeah. So he bought the new FIFA game, which is the only game you really play, isn't it? And I was really annoyed because I wanted to buy it him for Christmas, and he went out and bought it for himself. So for this one, I want to use the fabric slap it on. Why? Because it's going on fabric, funnily enough. But usually it's just because you're going to be washing it. But with a tag, you're not going to be washing this. So once it's cured, I would just leave it for a few days. You just want to give it a gentle hand wash if it's going on to proper clothing. But I would put 2 or 3 coats on. So let it dry, put another coat on, let it dry, and another, just to make sure that it's really soaked into the fibres of the fabric and the rice paper. So really, really simple. You just put it on exactly the same way as you've done with all the other methods, whether it's slapping on matte, ceramic, or any of those. But the slap it on fabric, again, is a completely different formulation, especially for fabric. And you still get that softness. Obviously, it's stiffened because of the paper on it, but you still have that nice sort of pliability of it, and you can still sew through it. I've hand sewn through this here. So all I did once I'd actually put that on, now that's interesting because you can see the difference here. So this is a calico, so it's like a buff colour, so you can see that shining through, and it makes the image a lot warmer, whereas this is quite a white cotton, so it's fairly white and bright, so it makes the image a lot brighter, so you can see the difference in colour. So then all I've done is I have 3 little suitcases. One is full of string, one is full of ribbons, and one is full of lace, and they're all bits and bats, some that I've swapped with friends, some that I've bought. This actually I think was round a present, or it was probably something like a box of chocolates or something, and I thought, oh, I'm having that.
Diane's asked, would you use the same process if decorating glass chopping boards with the ceramic coating?
Yes. Yeah, definitely. If you're, I don't know whether you heard that, but yes, if you are decorating glass chopping boards, again, put it on the back, use the slap-it-on glass ceramic, I'd put quite a few coats on because that's going to be washed, isn't it, by hand. So I put, you know, a good 4 or 5 coats on, let it dry in between, and then bake in the oven. You could actually bake it in the oven in between coats as well, just to be on the safe side, but that would look fantastic. So all I've done with this is I have just sewn through. In fact, I think I have still the needle here. So all I've done is I've just sewn through here by hand, because I happen to have a needle already threaded with blue, which is quite unusual, and I just left the tail showing, and I just did some rough running stitches, aka cantha style, but not, because they're not neat. But it doesn't really matter. But if this is for someone special, it's going to make a really lovely tag, isn't it? And so I'm not going to carry on doing this. She says, can't stop.
Just to let you know, it's 10:20. Yeah,
I just looked at the watch actually. Because we've got our very own Julia Watts coming at 11, so I'm not going to carry on too much longer, so it gives you a chance to check out your baskets, grab a cup of tea.
You've got to do a gnome yet, haven't you?
That's right, I do. And then here I've actually just got a little bit of Hessian ribbon and one of my fairy lights. if you ever, guys, if you have any of these fairy light bulbs, please send me them, because they're so hard to find now. So people tend to throw them out and buy LED lights. So please don't do that. Send me them, especially the ones with the metal edges. So I'd be ever so grateful if you did. So yeah, bits of scraps of anything you can decorate. I just have boxes of little scraps of stuff that you can decorate with them, and then you've got a lovely decorated, beautiful tag. Now I'm quickly shoving everything out of the way so that I can come in with my Gnome. So let's just get him out of the way. There we go. So exciting. So he comes in a big package, obviously. Sorry about the noise. So I've actually started gessoing him. So I've used white for his beard because I want a white background for that. I've done black on his base and his hat, and then this is going to go there, which is the fur of his hat. This butts up to here, then his nose goes on the top, and then his feet, you have one big foot. Oh, I painted the wrong blooming side. So much for all my preparation. So there's a big foot and a little foot, and then you get some of these lovely stars and stuff as well. So first thing I'm going to do is decorate his beard, and this is why I wanted this stencil making, because I wanted that lovely look of his stencil, of his beard. So I'm going to use our silver, which is called Silver Lining, and I guess that spray that someone mentioned would be really good at this point because it's an odd shape. Let me turn it over, see that will lie a bit flatter. There we go. So he's going to have lovely silver lining all over his beard.
Gone, just to let everybody know.
Okay, all the glass dishes are sold out, but can you put them on pre-order please, Alfie?
Yeah, people can go in and just request an email when they come back in stock.
Okay. Can you not do a pre-order on it?
Yeah.
Because it's not going to take long to get them back in stock. It's literally going to be a couple of days. So by the time we get to your order anyway.
Yeah, okay, I'll do that.
There we go. Isn't that fabulous? Don't you just love that? So I'm just off screen, I'm just spraying my stencil. I don't know why I did, I was sat here for half an hour waiting to go live. I don't know why I didn't think to get a bucket of water. That was bad of me, wasn't it? Okay, so I'm just going to give that a wash straight away, because if you don't wash it immediately, what's going to happen? Yeah, it's going to stick to your stencil. Oh, I'm not. Oh, it's a glitter person put that. It just looks fabulous. Really does. Let's just A little goes a long way. You get a nice big pot, so that's 60 ml as well. And that's called Silver Lining. So, do you want to have a look at the colours very quickly? So, Gold State Coach. Ooh, Jubilee Rose. Queen Elizabeth. And Mermaid Green. Aren't those gorgeous? Lovely. Okay, so those are the colours, and those are on special offer, aren't they, Alfie? 2 for what?
2 for 12.
2 for 12. Oh, that's good. So that's going off to dry over there. Right, so I've just knocked his foot on the floor. There we go. Here we go. Right, so when I'm gessoing, the easiest thing I found to use is a washing up sponge. So just cut one of these washing up sponges. It's the only time I wear a glove, and then you can just whiz over with your gesso and it doesn't take half an hour. You know, you can just cover it really quite easily. Okay. So what we're going to do is I'm going to show you how to get a different sort of look with this. We're going to use metallics. So I'm going to go with Merlin and Kingfisher, and I'm going to use my bits of sponge because you get a nice texture with it and it's really, really quick as well. So let me just clean this off. Put my palette knife back on. Okay, there we go. Let's get a little bit of water in there as well because they are concentrated, remember. So get your sponge and away you go. So I found that when you're using metallics, they look great on top of a black gesso because that's going to reflect the light back out. And also you can use a little bit of the black shining through as well to add depth to it, because you're going to see that I'm going to use the darker colour on the edges. Now that bit round at the bottom, that's not going to be seen anyway. And then we can use a tiny weeny bit of the Merlin. So this was Kingfisher and these are metallics. And this one is now Merlin. And this is going to go round the edge just to give me a bit more depth. So it's not so flat and it's not, you know, boring. It gives you more of a 3D look to it. There we go. And then just around the edges. And with the sponge you get a really nice texture with it. These are just the really cheap sort of 20 sponges for £1 in your cheapy shop. And they're brilliant because you can wash them out and reuse them. So that's his hat done. Really, really simple, really easy. Just to get a bit of texture to that. Okay, that's his hat. Now with this, actually, I'm going to change my mind with this and just do, should I do blue? What colour should I do? Should I go with silver, Alfie, with this one? Silver or blue? Silver or blue?
Go for blue.
Blue. Okay, so because I'm going to do some blue on top, it's probably best if I have black gesso on, or I have some paint here, so I'm just going to use the paint just so that I've got a darker background to my glitter. Oh, I knew there was a good reason why I've got a pair of gloves here to put on, just so that I didn't look too mucky. But you know, that's me. I'm always covered in paint. So let me just pop those away so they're safe, because I'm going to get the big guns out. Blast this dry. Should have moved my paint out of the way. Lovely. Right, so we have the beautiful blue. Now with this, I am literally just going to pop it on. Ooh, it's quite hot actually, so it's like melting butter. So I'm literally just going to pop it on, and I'm just going to dab it with my spatula so you can see I just get some wicked texture on there. And that's why I wanted a darker background, so that will show through in the areas where I haven't got any. Oh, look at that. That's gorgeous. That looks fab, doesn't it? Wow. That is really sparkly. That is fabulous. Fabulousness. Okie doke. So that's that. So I think what we'll do is we will go for the body now. I'm going to use, I think, the same colour on his mittens and his feet, because I have this paint left over, so I don't want to waste this paint, so I'm just going to go for it. Now let me just check that I've got his feet the right way around. That's so funny that I did it the wrong way. Yes, that's correct. Yay. Okay, so those are done. That's jolly good. Alrighty, so the body itself, I think we need like a lovely coppery colour, and this is rose gold. So we will go with a little bit of rose gold. Because I'm running out of time, I'm just going to go for it. I'm not going to add a bit of water, which I should have done. I'm just going to pop this on here. Again, with the sponge, it's really, really easy. And I like the texture that you get with the sponge as well. So you don't have to do the whole thing, because of course you've got his beard, which is going to cover up most of this. So just let me go around here, just a little bit more around there, so you can see that that's nicely covered. There we go. Excellent. So that's nice. Oh, that rose gold is just beautiful. And I've done his nose in red. So the red I've used is Dragonfire. So that's like an orangey red, to be honest. And then I'm just going to blast that as well, because it'd be nice to have some polka dots on here. Excellent. So it's almost dry. So as soon as I've got this here, I am going to just do a few polka dots around here. Hopefully I've got enough paint on my sponge left. So this is the same colour I've used, which is it's the Merlin I actually used. And it did have a bit of Kingfisher in it left over, didn't it? There we go. And then just to move the stencil, you just need to offer it up and you just need to move it along. Just make sure that you've got the holes covered again, just to the last few. I'm determined to get the last bit of paint out of this sponge and not put any more paint on it. I wonder whether I can. So that's why I'm squeezing really hard. Try get the last little bit out. There we go. Oh, that's lovely. That is fab. Like that. Like it a lot. So, what have we got next? Let's do some of these. So I'm just going to get another sponge. I think we might do no, let's go with the copper. Let's go with the rose gold, I should say. Alfie, over. Oh, I've got some here. So, can you remember how many stars and... No, you can't in each one. See, I didn't do...
You mixed them all up.
I mixed them all up. And I can't remember how many of these you get. Now, with one of them, I didn't use all the stars and everything. I would just use... So I've stolen them from another kit. So if you're going to get 2 kits, you're going to obviously end up with 2 sets of snowflakes and stars. So I'm just going to really quickly... How are we doing on time, Alfie?
It's 24 minutes to 11.
Is it? Okay. And I need to finish within plenty of time so that you can check out your baskets and get yourselves a brew and get ready for Julia's, because she's doing such a beautiful demos. You will just love it. Right, so I'm just going to paint all of these. Yes, I know I should have gessoed them, but I ran out of time. So I'm just going to put him together so far. So this one is going to just finish this one off. There we go. Determined not to use much paint. So I'm going to use my grab and go. Because it's fab for Medite. So all of these pieces are made out of Medite. So we don't use the traditional MDF. We use Medite because it's Carb2 compliant, it's eco-friendly, and it doesn't have the same nastiness that you get with MDF. So I know that that is still slightly wet, but I'm not going to worry about that. I'm just going to try and be careful with it. And I know that I haven't got his cuffs ready yet. There we go. His eyes. Now, what I like to do is get my gesso and get a little ball tool and then dip it in the white gesso and then just dot his eyes there. Just making them a little bit bigger, okay? And then when they dry, I'll just dot them with a little bit of blue or whatever colour you want. So I think I will use a teal colour. So I'll give that a blast in a minute. So all of these lovely pieces, just going to put on with a bit of grab and go. Don't worry if it's squished out like mine. I always tend to make a mess because it just dries clear and you're not going to see it. I'm laughing because it's like, how much glue, Kate? You don't need that much glue. Really, Kate? Just a tiny bit would do. I think maybe one more here. I like the way they sort of interlock. I'm just going mad, aren't I? I'm just using all of them. The trouble is, the more glue you put on, the longer it's going to take to grab. Okay, stop using all of them. There we go. And shall I have a star for the top there? Yeah, why not? Let's just go for it. Excellent. Pop his feet on. Oops, sorry. There you go, you can see his now. So one on that side, one on this side. He's so cute. So you get two in a special offer, don't you? You get you get Gnome, and you get.
He's changed his name.
He's changed his name.
Gnome.
You get Gnome and Gnome together
$15.99.
for $15.99, which I think is really cute. Now I just need to blast his eyes. There we go. And get the townhouse teal and just put another little dot in the middle, like so. And then he's got cute little eyes. Cute little eyes. Okay, so now I'm not going to be able to put him in the stand because it's all going to just go tits up if as it were. Oops, sorry. Do beg your pardon for my foul language. Alfie's shaking his head now. There we go. So that goes into place there. Then his cute little nose on there. And a little, just a little highlight on his nose would look quite cute.
Mike says, "You're such a lady."
Sorry. I'm laughing at the because it just reminds me of the cup that you bought me, Alfie.
Yeah, which we won't go into.
No, we won't go into. So I'm just putting a little bit more of the Slap-It-On sparkles on his cuffs. So one there and one there. And oh, come on, Kay, hurry up. Obviously, take a little bit more care over him because he deserves it. Nice little Neville. Okay, so what about the base?
No.
So the base, all I've done is I've just covered it with some more of the Slap-It-On sparkles. So you can go with whatever colour you want. I've gone for a silver. And then all you do is put some glue in there, and there's little slots at the bottom of his feet here that just slot perfectly into here so that he stands up. So all you need is just a little bit of grab and go in there and he slots in. So easy. So if we go to the big camera, Alfie, please, I will come in with him finished. So the difference is that I've just done this in a different colour. There he is, all nice and dry with his sparkly bits on there, and then as you can see his feet just slot into that, and I've actually used a lovely beautiful silver, and again it's no shed at all. So thank you so much for, let me just come back Thank you so much for joining us. I had such fun, and remember to check out the lovely stamps that we've used. And oh, sorry. Lovely stamps that we've used. Thank you all so very much for supporting us and continuing to buy for us. We really do appreciate your custom. It's really important too, so thank you very much. Now, it doesn't stop here, because we have the most fantastic Julia Watts ready at 11 AM to bring you more demos, wall-to-wall demos, absolutely brilliant. And so check out your baskets, get yourselves a cup of tea, and tune in to Julia Watts at 11 here live. And then tomorrow I'm going to be with you at 11 AM. So I'm going to be with you at 11 AM for an hour or so, maybe 2, and then at 2 o'clock we have our very own Lorna Angwin, absolutely brilliant on Facebook and YouTube, and so she's going to join us for some more demonstrations then. So I just want to say a huge thanks to everybody who's joined us. Thank you so much if you bought from us, that's brilliant, and we will see you at 11 with Julia. Bye for now.